Hey there, it's Nancy Norbeck. I am back with this week's Creative Pep Talk. And this week I have a specific thing to talk about because this past week I went to New York City to go to Radio City Music Hall and hear Aha, the Norwegian band from the 80s that has largely been forgotten in the US, but has not been forgotten at all in the rest of the world. And it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always loved them. I've joked for a while that I was one of the 8 people in the US who knew that they had more than one album. And, it's one of those things that I never thought I would get to do. But when the opportunity presented itself, my inner 14-year-old went just a little bit crazy, and rightly so. It was a fantastic show. And, partway through it, around the intermission, I just sat there thinking, wow, this is amazing. And it is making my inner kid so incredibly happy. And why don't we do things more often to make our inner kid so incredibly happy? Because it's not bad for us. I mean, unless you're spending, all of your money doing whatever that thing is, or it's harming someone or yourself somehow, it's usually really good for you to do the things that make your inner kid happy. But somehow when we grow up, we get this message that says that those things aren't important and we shouldn't do them anymore. Well, I'm pretty sure that those things are, for a lot of us, one of the biggest sources of joy in our lives, and we're depriving ourselves of that joy for no good reason. So I want to invite you this week to think about what things bring you joy. Really focus on things that you absolutely loved doing as a kid, but they don't have to be things that you loved doing as a kid. They could be things you've discovered since then. But really think about what brings you joy. And then think about how you can bring more of those things that bring you joy into your life. I am not the kind of person who believes that we are here on this planet to live a miserable, restricted, ascetic existence so that we can enjoy all sorts of things later on in a plane or universe or whatever that we can't even be sure exists. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be here right now if we weren't supposed to be enjoying what is around us in this world. And so depriving yourself for the sake of making money or acting like an adult or whatever you were told about those things as a kid is depriving yourself of the opportunity to enjoy the things that exist in this world. There are moments when you really feel like you're in your element, like you've found your people. It's the same kind of feeling that I get when I go to a Doctor Who convention. Like I can be myself and no one here will think that it's weird that I have decided to dress in a way that has something to do with a TV show, or that I have a list in Google Documents of all of the Doctor Who novels that I have so that I can go shopping for other ones and know that, oh no, I already have that one. No one in that place will think that that's weird. Some of you who are listening may think that that's weird. That's okay. I bet there are some things that you do that I would think are weird too, but it's all right. That's the whole point. Every one of us has stuff that is ours, that is unique to us, that makes us happy. We may share it with people. It was great to be in a room of 6,000 other Aha fans on Tuesday. So obviously there are more than 8 of us in the country. But, it was like, wow, I'm not the only one, right? But it doesn't matter. I know I'm not the only Doctor Who fan, and I still get that feeling when I go to a convention. The point is, look back, figure out what things you're not doing that you've always loved because you've decided that they're not important, they're superfluous, you don't want to spend the money, that, adults don't do this kind of thing. And give yourself permission to go and do one of them this week. And see how that feels. You can easily turn this into a journaling question just by asking yourself, what things have I not done for a long time that bring me joy? And seeing what answers bubble up onto that page. And if you get stuck once you have that list, I would go on and say, why do I feel like I can't do these things? Or you might want to try a different angle and ask, what is it about these things that brings me so much joy? And go into the detail of that. Because if nothing else, it'll feel really good, and that might get you past the stuckness. So think about what brings you joy, and then give yourself permission to do it. Think of it as an experiment. It may or may not succeed on the first go, and if it doesn't, that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with you. It's going to happen to a lot of people. It's perfectly normal. But experiment with it. If you don't succeed the first time, it's okay. Give yourself permission to try something else. See what happens. Let me know. I would love to hear your stories, either through an email, contact on my website, a comment on social media, anywhere. And above all, I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you rediscover something that you really love and that you have a great time. And with that, I will see you next time.